Galactic Federation 2025 Ultimatum Unity Activation New Earth Roadmap. The cosmic clock is ticking, marking the last call for 2025. This is an open letter to humanity, not etched on paper, but broadcast through the subtle frequencies of consciousness. The Galactic Federation, having long observed your planetary journey, now definitively breaks its silence, not with a roar, but with a resonant final warning and an intricate roadmap for crossing thresholds, a blueprint for the profound transition humanity stands poised to undertake. If these meticulously chosen words resonate within you, if they have indeed found their way to your awareness, it is because a nascent stirring, a profound shift, has already commenced deep within your being. Perhaps your rational mind struggles to categorize or explain this burgeoning sensation with conventional logic, but an undeniable, visceral recognition pulses through you, the sensation of an ancient, undeniable truth gently, but persistently knocking at the very door of your soul. This isn't merely a passing impulse, a fleeting spiritual trend to be consumed and discarded. No, this is far more profound. It is the deep, genetic memory of your own authentic essence, an intrinsic calling beckoning you to divest yourself of complexity and return to the simple, to the fundamental core of what genuinely remains when the cacophony of the external world, with all its distractions and demands, finally falls away. The Galactic Federation does not descend with promises of instantaneous miracles, nor does it seek to impose new, rigid dogmas or creeds upon your already diverse belief systems. Its true purpose is far more fundamental. It comes to gently remind you of a silent, universal Lawan intrinsic principle that your heart, in its deepest wisdom, already inherently knows. When the incessant chatter of your mind finally quiets, when you deliberately and consciously choose coherence, that profound state of internal alignment, observe how elegantly and effortlessly life begins to order itself, not from external forces, but from the inside out, like a perfectly calibrated cosmic mechanism. What is this coherence, you ask? It is certainly not a rigid adherence to perfection, nor is it an unyielding rigidity. Rather, it is the exquisite and harmonious alignment between your thoughts, your feelings, your spoken words, and your tangible actions. This profound integration continues to deepen until your very presence, your energetic field, becomes a sanctuary, a palpable safe space, not only for yourself to authentically exist, but also for every soul who encounters you. This message, therefore, extends a profound invitation to consciously anchor a vital frequency of unity into the very fabric of your most everyday routine. You're not being asked to dramatically renounce what you deeply love, nor are you expected to arbitrarily adopt esoteric symbols or practices that do not resonate truthfully within your spirit. Instead, you're simply invited to cast an honest, unvarnished gaze upon the subtle ways you inhabit each fleeting moment of your day. Why? Because it is precisely within these countless, seemingly insignificant daily choices that the trajectory of your destiny is meticulously decided, moment by moment. Unity, after all, is not some lofty, abstract idea reserved solely for grand, spiritual epiphanies or ceremonial moments. On the contrary, it is a robust habit, diligently forged through the repetition of the simplest, most grounding steps. Consider these tangible practices taking a conscious, centering breath before impulsively reacting diligently, upholding every promise you make, no matter how small, truly listening to another, not just waiting for your turn to speak, expressing genuine gratitude for what is already abundantly present in your life. You do not need to affiliate with a specific spiritual school or abandon the traditions you hold dear. What you truly require is an unwavering sincerity to honestly recognize precisely where your attention becomes fragmented, where you allow yourself to be distracted from your core truth. You need the quiet consistency to steadfastly uphold what is inherently right, even especially when no observant eye is watching. And perhaps most importantly, you need a profound and authentic willingness to wholeheartedly be responsible for the vibrant light that Iman is from within you. The unmistakable sign of your progress will not manifest as the fleeting euphoria of an emotional high, but rather as the profound, enduring stability that steadily grows within your being. Picture it less gnawing anxiety in the face of life's inevitable uncertainties, replaced by a crystalline clarity that empowers you to utter a resounding yes or a firm no with unwavering conviction. You'll observe your relationships gracefully ordering themselves into more harmonious patterns, your physical body resting with a deeper, more restorative peace, and your significant decisions ceasing to be born from the familiar grip of fear, instead emerging from a place of inner knowing. This, truly, is the fertile ground where the elusive concept of unity becomes palpably verifiable, evident in the tangible improvements of your daily existence. This is the sacred space where you again and again consciously choose to be profoundly faithful to that indisputable truth you feel pulsing deep within your core. Now, let's explore the call and the purpose. The call is not an extraordinary, exclusive phenomenon reserved for a privileged few, cloaked in mystical visions. No, the call is far more intimate, far more universal. It is that unmistakable, crystal-clear sensation that you can no longer, with integrity, continue to subtly betray yourself through a myriad of small, seemingly insignificant details. It's the stark realization that you find yourself replaying the same tired arguments, wrestling with the same old dilemmas, for the very same predictable reasons, and the sheer repetition of these patterns now exhausts you far more profoundly than the actual problem itself ever did. It is the recognition that you habitually postpone necessary, albeit uncomfortable, conversations that you persistently put off the basic care your body and soul desperately need, that you reflexively justify your inaction, even when you deep down know, with absolute certainty, that you are capable of so much more. At this precise juncture, life, in its infinite wisdom and patience, gently brings you to a silent, profound crossroads where you passively continue on the well-worn, automatic path of unconscious habits, or will you choose the courageous, transformative path of genuine maturity? The Galactic Federation, in its wisdom, names that profound maturity inner sovereignty. What does true sovereignty entail? It is the empowered act of choosing your path without any desperate need for external applause or validation. It is the quiet courage to speak your truth with unwavering respect, even if your voice trembles with vulnerability. It is the conscious, decisive act of reclaiming your inherent power, stopping the habitual relinquishment of it to external voices or fleeting trends that glibly promise quick shortcuts, yet demand no true responsibility or inner work. Purpose, conversely, is not a grand revelation discovered by merely perusing inspirational quotes or spiritual platitudes. It is instead profoundly revealed when you courageously undertake the sacred task of ordering your life around that which is truly essential, discarding the superfluous. Begin this journey by honestly asking yourself what specific activities genuinely draw you closer to a state of profound peace, and conversely, which ones relentlessly drain your vital energy. Create a simple, unfiltered map of your typical day and meticulously observe precisely where your precious energy flows. Are there conversations that perpetually lead nowhere? Promises you reluctantly accept out of guilt rather than genuine desire? Habits that merely numb your senses, dulling your inner light? Reducing, with profound courage, all that consciously distances you from your authentic center is not an act of selfishness. It is, in its purest form, an act of essential spiritual hygiene. By diligently clearing away this clutter, purpose miraculously ceases to be a vaguely inspirational, ethereal idea. Instead, it begins to manifest as a quiet, yet powerful, current and undeniable, sustained flow that both sustains and subtly guides your every step. You come to discover that purpose is not defined by a prestigious position, an impressive title, or a carefully curated public image. No, purpose is beautifully revealed in the authentic way you graciously place your unique gifts and talents at the dedicated service of the greater good, commencing right at home, within the confines of today's very real work, and profoundly impacting the very person who stands directly in front of you. To truly tune into this deep, resounding call, focus your awareness upon three fundamental axes. The first is truth. What raw, unvarnished truth do you urgently need to admit to yourself, unequivocally, in order to finally cease spinning in frustrating circles of denial or indecision? Understand this truth does not seek to humiliate, rather, it gracefully orders, bringing clarity and structure where chaos once reigned. The second axis is boundary. What vital aspects do you need to stop consciously allowing into your sacred space to protect your precious inner peace, all without inflicting harm upon anyone else? Remember, a well-defined boundary does not attack, it merely clarifies, drawing a clear line where none existed. The third axis is practice. What small, yet profoundly concrete action can you diligently repeat each and every day to authentically embody what you passionately declare you believe? This consistent practice does not seek to show off or impress. Instead, it quietly, yet profoundly, transforms. When these three fundamental axes, truth, boundary, and practice, become an integrated, living part of your week, your entire way of perceiving the world undergoes a profound metamorphosis. Your language, once perhaps complex or evasive, naturally simplifies, becoming direct and authentically resonant. Your very presence, once possibly scattered or uncertain, solidifies, becoming noticeably firmer and more grounded. Your inner criteria, your discernment, once perhaps swayed by external pressures, settles into a profound calm. This sacred call, it must be emphasized, deeply honors your inviolable free will. No external force, no entity will compel you to listen to its profound whispers. You possess the absolute autonomy to postpone this internal reckoning for as long as you choose, and life, in its boundless patience, will continue to gently show you its subtle signs, offering nudge after gentle nudge. But when you finally utter that courageous, yes, a conscious, deliberate affirmation, something profound shifts within the very essence of your being, in the way you look at the world, in the way you speak your truth, and in the unwavering clarity of your decisions. You cease the exhausting internal negotiations with yourself regarding what you already profoundly know to be true, and instead, you begin to act from a deep, quiet, unshakable conviction. You find yourself feeling less and less need for external approval, and an ever-increasing, urgent need to simply be true to your authentic self. You discover the liberating power of saying no without a trace of guilt, and yes without a flicker of fear. This transformative change, this profound internal realignment, is the very first tangible evidence that unity has transcended the realm of mere abstract idea and has, at long last, blossomed into living, breathing practice. To sustain this profound shift, gracefully return to the beautiful basics. Conscientiously order a physical space, perhaps your desk, a corner of a room, or even just a shelf of space you encounter daily, and allow it to serve as a constant, tangible reminder of the coherent, intentional life you're actively choosing to cultivate. External order, after all, miraculously frees up valuable mental attention for what truly matters internally. Furthermore, care for your sacred body with ample rest, pure water, and harmonious movement, not as an obsessive pursuit of an unattainable ideal, but as a profound act of deep, honoring respect for the vessel that carries your spirit. You will observe, with growing wonder, that by consciously honoring the simple, elemental aspects of existence, grand, previously unseen decisions will begin to surface, emerging with crystalline clarity. Clarity arrives. True clarity, that crystalline state of mind, doesn't emerge from simply smothering existing distractions under a fresh deluge of data or an endless scroll of new insights. Instead, genuine clarity blossoms precisely when you embark on the deliberate, often challenging, act of cleansing the pervasive noise, that ceaseless internal chatter, the external clamor of demands, and the static of unproductive thoughts, rather than attempting to bury it beneath an avalanche of additional input. Think of it not as adding more paint to a cluttered canvas, but meticulously wiping it clean to reveal the original, pristine surface. In this purified space, your authentic purpose unfurls itself, transforming into a steadfast, silent compass. This inner guidance system, unlike fickle trends or fleeting desires, remains immutably oriented towards your true north, offering unwavering direction. It persists in pointing with unwavering certainty toward your deepest values and aspirations, irrespective of the tumultuous, whether the shifting winds of external circumstances, the sudden storms of adversity, or the calm, deceptive lulls that might tempt you off course. Should the inevitable shadows of doubt ever creep in, clouding your vision and making you question your path, there's a profound anchor readily available. Return to your breath and your word. Recenter yourself by consciously connecting with the rhythmic, life-affirming flow of your inhalation and exhalation. Then, bring your attention back to the integrity of your spoken or unspoken commitments, the promises you've made to yourself and others, letting them guide you back to your foundational truths. Embrace the profound power of promising less, but fulfilling more. This isn't about setting low expectations. It's about cultivating an impeccable integrity where every commitment made is a commitment honored, often exceeding what was initially anticipated. Imagine the impact instead of scattering your energy across numerous half-hearted declarations. You concentrate your power on delivering substantive results, thereby building a formidable reservoir of trust, both internally and externally. Let your words be instruments of surgical precision. Avoid ambiguity, vagueness, or the casual dissipation of meaning. Every utterance should be a deliberate, well-aimed arrow, conveying your thoughts and intentions with unequivocal clarity. This meticulous attention to language not only sharpens your communication, but also refines your internal thought processes, bringing order to the often chaotic landscape of the mind. Consciously attend to what is pending, those lingering tasks, unresolved conversations, or unaddressed responsibilities that silently drain your energy. These open loops are like small, persistent leaks in a boat, slowly but surely taking on water. By mindfully addressing them, one by one, you seal those leaks, reclaiming lost vitality and creating a sense of completion that fuels forward momentum. Every single deliberate gesture in this direction, each promise kept, each pending task addressed, each precisely spoken word serves as a deliberate repetition, strengthening the very muscle of your sovereignty. This isn't about dominance over others, but about self-governance, a robust inner authority that allows you to steer your own ship with confidence, unaffected by external pressures or internal doubts. You become the undisputed captain of your own experience. Understand this crucial truth: the measure of your journey is absolutely not determined by a pristine, total absence of stumbles or missteps. To expect an unblemished, error-free path is to deny the very nature of human growth. Rather, the true barometer of your progress lies in the swiftness and grace with which you rebound, the alacrity with which you return to yourself, your core wisdom, your foundational values in. The immediate aftermath of a stumble, a setback, or a moment of disorientation. It's not about never falling, but mastering the art of the swift, resilient recovery. If you inevitably fall, physically or metaphorically, your immediate and unwavering response is simply you get up. Do not wallow in self-reproach or linger in the dust of defeat. The act of rising, however small or challenging, is a powerful reaffirmation of your commitment to your path. If mental fog descends and you find yourself confused, entangled in uncertainty, your proactive solution is to ask for clarity. This might involve seeking guidance, reflecting deeply, or candidly articulating your confusion to yourself or a trusted confidant. The act of asking itself is a step towards understanding. If you feel the internal pressure cooker building, if you boil inside with frustration, anger, or overwhelm, the wise response is to pause. Create a deliberate gap, a brief cessation of activity to allow the intense internal heat to dissipate. This momentary halt is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic maneuver to regain composure and perspective before reacting impulsively. And if you make a mistake, an error of judgment or action, your natural inclination is to repair. This involves acknowledging the oversight, taking responsibility, and actively working to mend any damage caused, whether tangible or relational. The repair isn't merely about correcting an error, it's about restoring integrity and learning from the experience. Through this consistent practice of resilience and response, a fundamentally new kind of confidence takes root and blossoms within you. It's a confidence not predicated on the impossible ideal of never failing, but rather on the robust, empowering certainty of knowing precisely how to return. This deeply ingrained self-assurance stems from the repeated experience of recovering, adapting, and finding your way back to center time and time again. Indeed, this burgeoning confidence serves as the exquisitely fertile ground, rich, dark, and nurturing within which your authentic purpose can truly take deep, unshakable roots. It's only when you trust your ability to navigate challenges that your life's grander design can firmly anchor itself, drawing sustenance and strength from your inner resolve. From this profoundly stable and self-assured vantage point, your life undergoes a radical transformation. It ceases to be a mere reflexive reaction to the external, a constant, often exhausting, ping-pong match against circumstances and stimuli. Instead, it evolves into a deliberate, conscious response to what you really are, a true expression of your deepest values, your intrinsic wisdom, and your inherent nature, emanating from a place of profound authenticity rather than external compulsion. And therein lies the very genesis, the foundational beginning of all genuine, lasting transformation. This shift from unconscious reaction to conscious response is the crucial pivot point from which all profound personal evolution springs. Let's demystify two powerful concepts that underpin this journey: frequency and ascension, explained in the most accessible, everyday terms. Frequency, far from being some esoteric, abstract concept or merely a fleeting spiritual fad, is a tangible and dynamic aspect of your immediate reality. It is quite simply the vibratory quality of your attention in this very instant. Picture it as the unique energetic signature or resonance that accompanies your focus. Is your attention scattered, heavy, anxious, or is it light, clear, expansive? That qualitative state is your frequency. More concretely, it encompasses both the way you perceive what happens to you, your interpretive lens, your emotional filter, and equally important, what you choose to do with what you look at. Your frequency is shaped by your perspective and your subsequent action or inaction in response to life's unfolding events. When you diligently cleanse your attention from the relentless noise, the myriad distractions, the anxious narratives, the superficial allurements that perpetually scatter your focus, and with unwavering discipline, direct it again and again toward the true, toward what truly matters and resonates with your authentic self, you inevitably begin to ascend. This isn't a physical upward movement, but an elevation of your consciousness and overall vibratory state. You truly ascend, you elevate your being, when you consciously choose the internal vantage point, the place from which you respond to life's myriad challenges and opportunities. Are you responding from fear, scarcity, or habit? Or are you choosing to respond from a space of wisdom, compassion, and inner strength? Crucially, this transformative choice begins long before any visible action or outward manifestation. It is an internal alchemy that precedes the external event. It germinates, takes root, and unfolds within that incredibly small, yet infinitely powerful, interval between an initial impulse and your eventual response. This tiny gap is the crucible of conscious evolution. Indeed, every single time you take a deep, conscious breath, a deliberate inhale and exhale before reflexively reacting to a stimulus, you are actively creating a profound microspace. Within this sacred, momentary void, the agitated churning of emotion subsides, allowing your inherent wisdom, your deeper knowing, the optimal conditions to emerge and act with clarity and purpose. Within that precious, self-created space, your entire being begins to reorient itself, like a compass recalibrating to true north. Your spoken word automatically becomes more precise, imbued with greater intention and less reactive impulse. And your physical gestures, too, simplify, becoming more aligned and less burdened by tension or unconscious habits. Understand that ascension, in this context, is not some ethereal escape that takes you out of the earth or detaches you from worldly responsibilities. On the contrary, it is a rigorous, practical training that profoundly equips you to inhabit the earth, to engage with your daily life, your relationships, and your environment with significantly enhanced lucidity, profound compassion, and remarkable efficiency. It roots you more deeply, not less, to truly grasp the concept of cleaning your attention. Envision noise not merely as sound, but as ubiquitous layers, translucent, opaque, or even blinding, that ceaselessly accumulate and stand as barriers, obscuring the clear connection between you and your authentic, peaceful center. This noise manifests in various forms. There is the overwhelming external noise, the constant barrage of excessive information from screens and media, the draining triviality of empty conversation that offers no genuine connection, and the insidious weight of tasks you accept out of a misplaced sense of guilt or obligation, rather than true alignment. And then, equally potent, there is the insidious internal noise, the relentless, often self-defeating loop of repetitive thoughts, the harsh, corrosive judgments that subtly shrink your spirit and limit your potential, and the suffocating burden of rigid, often unrealistic, expectations you place upon yourself and others. When your attention is continuously saturated, overwhelmed by this relentless onslaught of both external and internal clamor, your default mode becomes one of automatic reaction, driven purely out of ingrained habit. You become a puppet to your conditioning, responding robotically rather than consciously. However, when your attention is diligently cleared of these obscuring layers, a profound shift occurs. You transcend mere reactivity and are empowered to respond by conscious choice, guided by your inner wisdom rather than external pressures or internal programming. Your personal frequency, your energetic signature, demonstrably raises every single time you make a conscious, courageous choice, choosing clarity over the muddled haze of confusion, embracing honesty over the convenient refuge of an excuse, and cultivating a posture of gratitude over the draining habit of complaint. Each choice is an energetic uplift. Consider the profound impact of every act of honesty. It immediately raises your frequency because it creates a powerful, resonant alignment between your interior world, your thoughts and feelings, and your external expression, what you say and do. This integrity creates a coherent, clear, energetic field around you. Similarly, every genuine act of gratitude opens a portal to new possibilities and positive energies. It does this by consciously recognizing what already functions well, what is already good and abundant in your life, thereby reorienting your gaze, your entire perception, inexorably towards solutions rather than dwelling on problems or perceived lacks. The key to sustaining and strengthening this elevated frequency is to deliberately translate these principles into tangible habits, integrating them seamlessly into the fabric of your daily life. For frequency, like a gentle current, only becomes truly stable and enduring when it is consciously incorporated into your regular agenda, becoming a non-negotiable part of your routine. A highly concrete and remarkably effective practice to begin cleaning the mind is dedicating just 10 minutes of silence each day. This isn't a luxury, it's a vital mental hygiene. It's an intentional retreat from the constant stimulation, allowing the mental dust to settle. To facilitate this, find a comfortable seated position, ideally with a straight yet relaxed back. Allow your breath to flow naturally without forcing or controlling it, and gently bring your attention, your conscious awareness, to the subtle rhythms and sensations within your heart space, your emotional and energetic center. During this period, you will undoubtedly experience thoughts arising. The crucial practice is not to chase after them, getting entangled in their narratives, nor to forcefully fight against their presence. Instead, simply acknowledge them, allowing them to pass through the field of your awareness like ephemeral clouds drifting across the sky, and then, with gentle persistence, return your attention to the anchor of your breath. Initially, the impact of these short, silent sessions might seem negligible, almost imperceptible. Yet, with consistent daily practice, over days and weeks, you will undeniably begin to notice the powerful accumulated effect a distinctly calmer heartbeat, a significant reduction in that persistent internal hurry or anxious rush, and a burgeoning sense of heightened precision in your daily decisions, taken from a place of greater clarity rather than frantic urgency. Further solidify your practice by incorporating, every afternoon, an honest, compassionate review of your pending tasks. Crucially, approach this not as a suffocating, judgmental list designed to drown you in guilt, but rather as a clear, empowering conversation with your authentic self. Candidly assess what you promised to yourself or others, what you have already fulfilled, what genuinely needs a new, realistic deadline, and perhaps most liberatingly, what is simply better to let go of entirely, releasing its grip on your energy. The deliberate act of closing these open cycles, whether they are tasks, conversations, or commitments, effectively frees up trapped energy that was previously consumed by unresolved mental chatter and unconscious worry. This liberation instills a profound sensation of authentic, tangible progress, fueling your motivation and sense of accomplishment. As nightfall descends, cultivate a simple yet profound practice of gratitude. Consciously recall and name, perhaps softly spoken aloud or silently to yourself, 3 specific facts from your day for which you feel genuine thanks. It could be anything: a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a colleague, the beauty of sunset, or simply the ability to breathe freely. This form of gratitude is far from a Pollyannish self-deception or a naive denial of challenges. Instead, it is a sophisticated education of the gaze, a conscious training of your perception to actively recognize the good that already exists and is already functioning in your life. From this foundation of acknowledged abundance, you are then empowered to act with significantly greater strength, resilience, and a positive outlook, grounded in reality rather than fantasy. Your personal vibration, your energetic resonance, demonstrably rises exponentially when your word promises less and, consequently, fulfills significantly more. This disciplined approach to commitment is a powerful, energetic accelerator. The very act of promising little compels you to honestly measure your energy with truth, to realistically assess your capacity your time, and your resources before making any commitment. It's a grounding exercise in self-awareness. And when you consistently fulfill what you promise, regardless of its scale, you're actively engaged in a rigorous, integrity-building training. Each promise kept is like a rep in the gym for your character, strengthening your moral fiber and self-trust. This profound training in integrity has a ripple effect, impacting virtually every facet of your existence. As a direct consequence, others learn to trust you implicitly, perceiving you as reliable and consistent. More importantly, you cultivate an unshakable trust in yourself, knowing your own word is your bond. This dual trust from others and, crucially, from within actively structures a more stable, predictable, and harmonious reality around you, reducing chaos and fostering genuine connection. This deep-seated inner stability becomes the unshakable platform, the firm ground from which your everyday ascension unfolds. It's not about dramatic, instantaneous leaps, but a continuous, gentle upward trajectory sustained by inner peace. As you continue on this path, you will begin to observe subtle yet unmistakable, discrete signs that powerfully confirm this profound inner adjustment. For instance, you will experience an effortless clarity to say no without a trace of guilt or hesitation, precisely because you now genuinely recognize the intrinsic value of your attention and energy, and you consciously choose to protect and care for it as a precious resource. You'll also notice significantly less anxiety when confronted with uncertainty. This isn't a dismissal of challenges, but a learned capacity to fully inhabit the present moment, releasing the futile need to demand impossible guarantees or attempt to control future outcomes. Your decisions will become noticeably cleaner, sharper, and more aligned, invariably taken from a wellspring of inner calm and considered thought, rather than being impulsively dictated by the frantic dictates of urgency or external pressure. Furthermore, your relationships will organically evolve, becoming genuinely reciprocal and enriching without strenuous effort. This is because your own newfound clarity and stable energetic field naturally acts as a discerning filter, subtly ordering who approaches you and how they interact, attracting connections that resonate with your authentic self. Resist the temptation to look for dramatic fireworks or grand, theatrical displays as proof of your progress. High-frequency, true spiritual elevation is profoundly recognized by its inherent sobriety, a deep, abiding sense of inner peace, a calm and elegant order in your life, and a quiet, yet powerful, loving efficiency in all your endeavors. It's a quiet strength, not a flashy spectacle. Crucially, remember to also observe, honor, and care for your body, for it is your most immediate and indispensable instrument, the vehicle through which you experience and interact with the world. Ensure you drink enough pure water throughout the day, recognizing its vital role in sustaining the delicate, fine electricity of your attention and overall energetic vitality. Hydration is not just physical, it's energetic. Engage in some form of movement daily, even if it's simply walking with mindful awareness. This conscious physical activity prevents energy from stagnating, ensuring a free and vibrant flow within your system, mirroring the inner clarity you cultivate. Dedicate time each week to order a specific space in your home, however small. This isn't just about aesthetics, external order, a tangible manifestation of your inner state, subtly but powerfully teaches your nervous system to rest, to feel a sense of calm and control amidst your environment. Nourish your body with foods that genuinely give you clean, vibrant energy, avoiding those that deplete or weigh you down. And prioritize adequate, restorative rest at reasonable times, understanding that sleep is not a luxury, but a fundamental pillar of sustained well-being and high frequency. It's vital to recognize that true spirituality does not operate in competition with these fundamental, basic needs, quite the opposite. It flourishes most robustly, reaching its fullest expression, precisely when these basic, earthly aspects of your existence are diligently cared for and harmonized. Inevitably, on this journey, there will be moments when you deviate, when you drift off course, make an error, or simply forget your practice. When this happens, the most powerful response is to return without drama, without self-reproach, guilt, or exaggerated self-criticism. Simply acknowledge the deviation and gently re-engage. A relapse or a temporary setback does not, in any way, invalidate the authenticity or value of your entire path. It is not a failure, it is merely information. Instead, view it as a compassionate guide, a clear signal that reveals precisely where you might need to reinforce a particular practice to bring a little more conscious attention or gentle discipline to a specific area of your life. Perhaps it means returning immediately to your 10 minutes of silent meditation, grounding yourself once more. Or it might mean taking a moment to review an unfulfilled promise and consciously renewing it with a fresh, realistic deadline, acknowledging past limitations with kindness. Or, quite simply, it could mean resuming your gratitude practice, even if the things you find to be thankful for seem minuscule or insignificant in that moment. The practice itself is the power, for it is in this undramatic, yet profoundly powerful, gentle consistency, this unwavering commitment to showing up day after day, regardless of perfection, that you discover and feel the true, steady pulse of your ongoing ascension. It's a rhythmic, organic unfolding. Ascension, in its truest form, is neither an extraordinary, once-in-a-lifetime event nor a flamboyant spectacle demanding external validation. Instead, it is a deeply loving discipline, a compassionate and consistent practice that, step by painstaking step, gradually but assuredly transforms you into a clear, reliable, and resonant presence in the world, a lighthouse of integrity and calm. Ultimately, your ascension truly begins in the sacred simplicity of your breath and the disciplined structure of your daily agenda. It then becomes visibly manifest and undeniably tangible when your everyday life, with all its complexities, begins to naturally order and harmonize itself, not from external pressures, but profoundly from the inside out, a beautiful reflection of your inner transformation. This profound journey culminates in what might be called the end of separation and the birth of spiritual unity. Throughout history, religions have served as vital, sacred schools, veritable cradles of civilization. They have robustly sustained entire peoples through eras of profound uncertainty, providing solace, meaning, and structure. They ingeniously offered humanity languages, rituals, myths, symbols to articulate and engage with the invisible, the transcendent. Furthermore, they diligently educated generations in the profound virtues of devotion and ethics, shaping moral consciousness across the globe. The new spiritual stage that is now gracefully unfolding does not seek to erase this invaluable legacy. Rather, it tenderly matures it. True maturity, in this context, does not despise or discard established forms. Instead, it refines them, rendering them transparent to their deeper, unifying essence. What was once fiercely defended as an unyielding border, a dividing line between faiths or philosophies, now begins to gracefully function as a bridge, inviting connection and understanding. This emerging federation, a symbolic unification of spiritual understanding, envisions a luminous horizon where the universal, undeniable essence of truth occupies the undisputed center, and the diverse, beautiful external forms and expressions become permeable vessels, serving to reveal and celebrate that singular, shared essence, rather than obscuring or dividing it. The journey becomes porous, not rigid and unyielding, but open to fresh perspectives and deeper truths. This marks the pivotal step, a profound shift from the often destructive friction of rivalry towards the harmonious resonance of shared purpose. Within this expansive new horizon, the venerable names and cherished symbols of the divine certainly persist, holding their deep historical and cultural significance. Yet, the emphasis gracefully but firmly shifts away from the often divisive intellectual sparring of theological debate and instead settles on the tangible, undeniable fruit that spiritual practices yield in the tapestry of our lives. And what exactly is this fruit? It is both profoundly verifiable in its real-world impact and inherently humble in its manifestation. We observe its ripening in the form of a burgeoning inner peace, a calm that settles deeply within the individual, a greater capacity for useful, impactful service to others, extending beyond oneself, and a more profound, tender care for all forms of life, from the smallest creature to the grandest ecosystem. If a particular spiritual practice, whatever its origin or label, genuinely cultivates within you a greater sense of serenity and makes you demonstrably more beneficial to your community and the world at large, if it empowers you to articulate truth not with aggression, but with profound respect, and crucially, compels you to actively repair any harm you may have inadvertently caused, then that practice, by its very nature, embodies the authentic spiritual essence. True unity, it's vital to understand, does not demand a stifling uniformity. On the contrary, it joyfully recognizes that truth, like a multifaceted gem, can reveal itself through myriad accents and expressions, each vibrant and legitimate in its own right. Authenticity, in this enlightened view, is not measured by one's ability to overpower opponents or decisively win arguments. Rather, it is unequivocally defined by one's inherent capacity to heal, to mend divisions, soothe wounds, and foster reconciliation, both within oneself and within the broader community. Imagine, for a moment, vibrant communities that proudly uphold their distinct songs, unique rituals, and deeply cherished symbols, each a beautiful thread in the human tapestry. Yet, beneath this rich diversity, they're united by a singular, overarching purpose to dignify life in all its myriad forms, to uplift and honor the inherent worth of every being. Can you envision a grand temple, steeped in centuries of tradition, that one day graciously opens its spacious dining hall, not just to its own congregants, but so that a local mosque and a nearby church can serve nourishing meals side by side, collaborating to feed those who are hungry, irrespective of their creed. Picture a synagogue, a beacon of ancient wisdom, generously lending its quiet sanctuary for an inclusive, open meditation class, welcoming individuals from all walks of life. Or consider a dynamic Buddhist center, renowned for its contemplative practices, hosting a compelling public dialogue on restorative justice, skillfully guided by local civic leaders and community members, bridging spiritual insights with tangible social action. This vibrant interweaving of traditions, far from diluting individual identities, actually serves to refine them, stripping away superficial attachments and revealing the core values that truly matter. Where once there might have been a subtle, even overt, rivalry for faithful adherence to competition to swell numbers or assert supremacy, a far more noble and constructive form of engagement now emerges as shared, earnest competition for results that truly dignify. We see this manifest in tangible, measurable ways: a noticeable reduction in the isolating grip of loneliness, replaced by robust networks of connection, a significant increase in literacy rates, empowering individuals and communities, the painstaking restoration of vital, threatened ecosystems, breathing life back into our planet children who are genuinely listened to, their voices heard, and valued elders who are lovingly accompanied, their wisdom cherished and their needs met, and most fundamentally, concrete lives that are better cared for, day in and day out. The profound spiritual unification we yearn for will not, and cannot, be imposed by a top-down decree or an ecclesiastical edict. Rather, it will organically arise because it demonstrably works. It provides a practical, effective pathway for people to live more coherent, integrated, and fulfilling lives. Consider the doctor who, before entering the operating room or delivering difficult news, quietly pauses to pray, bringing a conscious intention of healing and compassion to their medical practice. Or the farmer who, as they sow seeds or harvest crops, blesses the land, acknowledging its sacred connection to life itself. Imagine a teacher who meditates for a few moments before stepping into the bustling classroom, cultivating a calm presence that profoundly influences their students. Envision a merchant who consciously chooses to treat every customer and supplier with unwavering justice, understanding that integrity builds lasting relationships. And picture a wise judge who, in the solemnity of the courtroom, always remembers that without the tempering touch of compassion, the strict letter of the law can indeed dry up, becoming harsh and ultimately unjust. This accumulation of individual coherence, these myriad acts of conscious, integrated living, gradually but powerfully generates a new culture. In this evolving culture, the sacred ceases to be merely a relegated Sunday topic, a compartmentalized aspect of life. Instead, it becomes the very fabric of the everyday, interwoven into every decision, every interaction, every breath. In such a nourishing climate, the old, rigid trenches of division and dogma, which once seemed so unyielding, inevitably lose their appeal and their power. No one is compelled to renounce their deeply cherished path, their unique heritage, or their personal spiritual language. Instead, a beautiful phenomenon occurs. Everyone begins to discern and recognize the common music, the underlying universal melody of love, compassion, and truth that subtly, yet powerfully, runs through all their diverse paths. The end of separation is not, paradoxically, the death of cherished traditions. Rather, it marks their glorious flourishing as they return to and are revitalized by the very essence that originally brought them into being. This fundamental essence, in its purest form, has always been the same across all spiritual traditions: to cultivate the human heart so that it learns to love with unwavering truth, not with naive sentimentality, to serve others without ever humiliating them, recognizing their inherent dignity, to extend forgiveness without denying the importance of healthy limits and boundaries, to express gratitude without suppressing or denying genuine pain and struggle, and to care deeply for others without ever seeking to dominate or control them. When this profound essence confidently returns to the absolute center of our awareness and practice, the external forms, rituals, and symbols of spirituality become wonderfully flexible and hospitable. They no longer serve as rigid markers to delimit enemies or reinforce exclusionary boundaries. Instead, they graciously serve as open invitations, warmly welcoming others, serving to open home to all who seek genuine connection. Thus, a traditional rosary, a repeated mantra, a period of silent prayer, the recitation of a powerful psalm, or an ecstatic, liberating dance can all harmoniously coexist and even enrich one another within a single, unified community. This is because what truly matters is no longer the superficial label of the rite itself, or the specific form it takes, but the universally shared and profoundly transformative fruit that the rite consistently yields in the lives of its practitioners. This unity, let it be clear, is not a naive, simplistic syncretism or a superficial agreement to simply get along. On the contrary, it demands an exceptionally high ethics, requiring absolute transparency in all administrative matters, unflinching responsibility for any errors or missteps, and a genuine commitment to reparation for any damages caused. It necessitates the emergence of leaders who deeply understand that their true authority is born from humble, dedicated service, not from ostentatious displays or mere spectacle. And it requires communities mature enough to understand that healthy, legitimate authority is rigorously evaluated by its demonstrated capacity to care for its members, to organize resources effectively, and to genuinely elevate the collective human spirit. Mature unity, therefore, stands in stark contrast to superficial syncretism precisely because it does not merely mix diverse elements for the sake of mixing. Instead, it carefully discerns, thoughtfully acknowledging and honoring every unique difference, while simultaneously recognizing the profound, underlying common root that nourishes all authentic spiritual paths. The ultimate criterion, once again, returns to the undeniable fruit. If a practice, regardless of its origin, consistently feeds a love that dignifies every individual and a truth that brings coherent order to life, if it undeniably increases concrete peace in the world and inspires tangible, real service to others, then it unequivocally belongs to this emerging unity. Conversely, if a practice, no matter how ancient or revered, consistently promotes fear, fuels division, or fosters a childish, unhealthy dependence on external authority, then it clearly hinders genuine spiritual growth and is in desperate need of profound transformation. In our personal lives, the powerful birth of this unity is profoundly experienced as a deep, transformative inner reconciliation. The disparate parts of your being that once seemingly fought against each other, locked in internal competition or conflict, now begin to cease their struggle. Your agile mind gradually learns to serve the deepest impulses of your heart, offering clarity and discernment. And your compassionate heart, in turn, learns to humbly listen to the wisdom of reason, providing guidance and balance. Even your physical body, which perhaps you once viewed as an enemy to be controlled or a source of imperfection, ceases to be an adversary and becomes a trusted ally, a sacred vessel for your journey. You begin to live with a silent, ever-present prayer resonating in the background of your consciousness, a profound sense of connection that requires no words, no elaborate rituals. You find yourself considerably less interested in the ego-driven pursuit of winning arguments and exponentially more engaged in the sincere, open-hearted quest for understanding. When you encounter someone who holds perspectives dramatically different from your own, you instinctively recognize their inherent human dignity before you even register their difference. This profound recognition, far from making you soft or compromising your integrity, actually makes you more truly just in your dealings with the world. You discover the capacity to assert and maintain healthy boundaries without resorting to hatred, to vigorously defend what you perceive as truth without ever humiliating another, and to ask for necessary reparation for harm done without succumbing to the corrosive impulse for revenge. Socially, this blossoming unity concretely takes shape in the form of innovative, shared projects that transcend traditional boundaries. Imagine schools that redefine devotion as an active, living respect for all life, rather than as a rigid, imposed dogma or set of beliefs. Envision hospitals where compassionate spirituality seamlessly accompanies cutting-edge medical science, together fostering an environment that truly cares better for the whole person, body, and soul. Think of vibrant citizen initiatives that organically transform forgotten public squares and neglected urban spaces into dynamic places of genuine encounter, shared celebration, and collective protection. Picture intellectual spaces where sacred texts from diverse traditions are studied, not in isolation, but in meaningful, respectful dialogue with contemporary scientific research and modern thought, not to compete or invalidate, but to mutually enhance profound understanding and inspire practical service. All these collaborative endeavors do not annul or erase the beautiful differences that make humanity so rich instead. They strategically put these differences to work for life, leveraging diverse perspectives for a common, benevolent goal. The unmistakable sign that the forces of separation are steadily losing their grip is remarkably simple and profoundly encouraging tangible, measurable improvements in the human condition. We begin to witness homes with noticeably less violence, more sanctuaries of peace and understanding. Neighborhoods flourish with robust, interconnected support networks, fostering a true sense of community. Youth find clear purpose and direction, their energies channeled constructively. Our cherished elders are lovingly accompanied, their wisdom valued, and their loneliness diminished. Public decisions become more transparent and accountable, inspiring greater trust in governance. And perhaps most critically, our precious ecosystems are better cared for, demonstrating a renewed sense of global stewardship. Spirituality, in this transformative era, ceases to be merely a private, compartmentalized matter, often disconnected from the urgent realities of the world. Instead, it powerfully evolves into a vibrant culture of loving responsibility, where compassion and integrity inform every facet of public and private life. This burgeoning culture, steeped in active care, naturally cultivates deep and abiding trust, and trust, we quickly learn is the fertile soil in which everything else, every dream, every aspiration for a better world ultimately flourishes. Thus, spiritual unity is born, not as a hollow slogan to be chanted, but as a living, breathing practice, not as an abstract, intellectual theory, but as tangible, life-affirming fruit, not as a suffocating uniformity, but as a magnificent, diverse concert of many voices, many instruments, all contributing to a single harmonious symphony. When people empirically verify, through their own direct experience, that living in coherence naturally produces inner and outer peace, and that genuine cooperation consistently yields concrete, beneficial results for all, then the profound truth of unity becomes utterly obvious, self-evident. At that point, without abandoning or diminishing what is uniquely their own, everyone freely contributes their distinct note to the same overarching, magnificent melody, the profound care of life. That, truly, is the monumental change taking place. That, indeed, is the eternal song we are all invited to join. And that, ultimately, is the practical intelligence of the sacred, seamlessly woven into the routine fabric of our daily existence. 4 essential practices serve to anchor this burgeoning new consciousness, grounding us in its transformative power. 1. Silence returns you to the center in the cacophony of modern life. Stepping into silence is not merely an escape from noise or a void of absence. It is, in its purest form, an act of radical sovereignty. It is a deliberate re-engagement with your inner compass, a powerful reminder of who truly decides, who truly holds agency within your own being. It cultivates the quiet space where inner wisdom can emerge, unimpeded by external demands. Consider embracing a collective practice, just 12 global minutes per week dedicated to shared silence can create a palpable planetary pulse of shared presence, fostering a profound, albeit silent, connection across continents. When added to even a few personal minutes of daily quiet contemplation, this educates your nervous system, allowing it to truly rest and rejuvenate without ever turning off or disengaging from awareness. To begin this journey, start simply, humbly. Find a comfortable, upright posture, perhaps sitting with a straight back, your feet firmly supported on the ground, grounding you to the earth. Gently allow your breath to settle into its own natural rhythm. Resist the urge to control or manipulate it. Then, bring a gentle, soft attention, a quiet awareness to the area of your heart, perhaps imagining a warm, soft glow there. The key is non-judgmental observation. Do not correct your thoughts or sensations. Do not chase after fleeting mental constructs, and certainly do not fight against any uncomfortable feelings that may arise. Simply observe, witness, without engaging in conflict. When your mind inevitably wanders, as minds are wont to do, gently recognize the distraction without self-reproach, and then, with unwavering kindness and patience, return your attention again and again to your breath, to your heart. This constant, gentle return, this persistent re-engagement with the present moment serves to strengthen the muscle of consciousness far more effectively than any complex theoretical understanding ever could. Within a matter of days or weeks, you will undoubtedly begin to notice subtle yet significant micro changes in your daily experience, a discernible reduction in internal urgency, that incessant drive to rush a newfound clarity and precision when you speak, allowing your words to carry greater impact and the emergence of natural, unforced pauses in your conversations and thoughts, creating space for deeper insight and connection. Before making a final decision, truly, silence doesn't distance you from the world. Instead, it remarkably opens you up, making you available to what truly matters. It's akin to meticulously realigning the ship's rudder, returning the absolute helm of your scattered attention to your steady hand, allowing you to navigate your inner landscape with renewed purpose and clarity. Service, in its purest form, acts as the tangible bridge, transforming that often inchoate inner light, those profound aspirations and latent compassion, into verifiable, impactful acts that resonate in the real world. It's crucial to understand that it's not the grand spectacle or the self-flagellating sacrifice that ultimately depletes you. Rather, it is the quiet, loving efficiency executed with genuine presence and discernment that truly relieves a deeply felt, authentic need. How then do we gauge the excellence of such service? Its measure lies intrinsically in three fundamental pillars: its proximity, its possibility, and its continuity. Proximity demands that you genuinely see the individual standing before you, not merely a reflection of your own projections or preconceived notions, but the unique human being with their specific context, their unspoken pain, their true desire. Possibility ensures that what you extend as an offering is realistically achievable, a sustainable contribution that elevates others without, ironically, breaking or exhausting your own capacity to give. And finally, continuity dictates that your invaluable assistance doesn't vacillate capriciously with fleeting moods or passing inspirations, but rather rests upon a solid, minimum foundation of structure and consistent commitment. Consider, for instance, a humble meal prepared with such meticulous care that it nourishes not just the body, but also the weary spirit. Or envision an afternoon wholly dedicated to providing company for someone navigating the labyrinthine corridors of grief, offering not platitudes, but simply the steady anchor of your presence. Think of the invaluable professional advice generously offered to someone utterly unable to afford it, or the subtle yet profound relief brought by a simple administrative act that unblocks an impossible bureaucratic procedure for another soul caught in its snares. Yet, service extends far beyond these visible acts. Service can also be profoundly, exquisitely invisible. It's the quiet integrity of speaking well of the absent, consciously choosing to uplift rather than engage in corrosive gossip. It's the anonymous grace of ordering a common space, tidying and arranging, without ever feeling the need to announce your contribution or seek credit. It's the delicate art of interceding with wisdom and compassion to help two people reconcile, mending a fractured bond without drawing attention to your role. When you serve from such a place of profound humility, your intrinsic identity, that deepest sense of self, gracefully ceases to depend on external validation, on being seen or applauded. Instead, you unearth a unique kind of joy, a shimmering, self-sufficient delight that requires no external applause to flourish. This intrinsic joy, radiant and authentic, inherently dignifies your spirit and, like a sweet melody, contagiously spreads to those around you, uplifting and inspiring without effort. Song, in its essence, is not just sound, it is the vibrant celebration of the sacred bond, whether between souls, with the divine, or within oneself. Your unique voice, whether perfectly pitched or wonderfully imperfect, functions as an extraordinary instrument of resonance, a finely tuned vibration that possesses the remarkable capacity to gently reorganize chaotic emotion and deftly tune the often discordant inner workings of the mind. The very act of singing, of consciously playing an instrument, of reciting a mantra with focused intent, or even simply coordinating your breath with a stable, grounding rhythm, offers a potent pathway. It can astonishingly restore joy, like a hidden spring welling forth, and release deeply embedded blocks, those stubborn knots of tension and unexpressed feeling that words alone often struggle to reach. Do not, therefore, obsessively chase after perfect tuning, for that is an external metric instead. Passionately seek true vibration, that authentic resonance that emanates from your core. A simple melody, perhaps just a few notes, repeated with intention, day after day, subtly begins to carve open vast, inner spaces within you where the turbulence of mood naturally begins to order itself, finding its own tranquil equilibrium. Shared song, when embraced by a group, creates an almost instantaneous coherence, a palpable sense of unity and shared purpose, particularly vital in communities grappling with the urgent need for trust. Imagine a circle of voices, gently holding a long, soft note together. This profound exercise implicitly teaches the breath to deeply relax and the often frenzied cascade of thought to gently space out, creating room for presence and peace. Where intricate dialogue might become hopelessly tangled in misunderstanding or defensiveness, a timely, heartfelt song can unexpectedly return a profound sense of shared humanity to the interaction, softening rigid defenses and opening hearts. Music, when wielded with intention and wisdom, does not dull the senses or anesthetize the soul. Quite the contrary, it profoundly awakens us. Custody, then, is that profound spirituality which manifests as meticulous, pervasive care, constant, mindful tending to all that surrounds us. Your home, for instance, ceases to be merely a dwelling and transforms into a sacred temple, a sanctuary for your spirit, just as the earth itself, in its magnificent entirety, is recognized as a living, breathing altar upon which our existence unfolds. Custody embodies a series of conscious choices. It's about choosing materials that are built to last, designed for endurance rather than obsolescence. It's the conscious effort to reduce waste in every facet of life. It's the wise decision to repair what is broken, extending its life before hastily replacing it with something new. It's the selfless act of cleaning a common space, ensuring its beauty and functionality without ever once expecting public acknowledgement or credit. It's the hopeful gesture of planting something, a seed, a tree, and nurturing it as it grows, contributing to the life force of the planet. It's the deep, intrinsic honor shown to water and light, treating them with a reverence reserved for the sacred, for indeed they are. But custody also extends to the delicate, yet immensely powerful care of our human bonds. It's the courage to ask for forgiveness in a timely manner, before resentment can fester and deepen. It's the wisdom to hold clear, respectful boundaries that protect both your space and that of others. It's the generous act of truly celebrating another's advancements and triumphs as if they were your own. And it's the profound respect shown in protecting another's intimacy and privacy as if it were your most cherished secret. This holistic practice of custody, deeply ingrained, consciously reorients our everyday economy, shifting its focus from endless accumulation toward a purposeful, mindful sufficiency. What you truly do not need, you release with gratitude, allowing it to serve another purpose or person. What you genuinely do need, you treat with an almost ceremonial respect, recognizing its value and its role in your life. This consistent practice, day after day, subtly yet powerfully transmutes your home into an authentic school of consciousness, a living laboratory for self-awareness. Within its walls, every object eventually finds its rightful place, imbued with a sense of order. Every expense is weighed and considered, gaining profound meaning beyond mere transaction. And crucially, every interaction, whether with people or with objects, leaves behind less emotional detritus, less psychic clutter, allowing for cleaner, clearer connections. These four profound key silence, service, song, and custody are not isolated practices, rather. They are intricately interwoven, each one powerfully empowering the others in a beautiful, synergistic dance. Silence, for instance, meticulously cleanses the often cluttered channels of your attention, purifying your focus. Service then takes that newly purified attention and precisely focuses it, directing it towards acts of genuine contribution. Song, in turn, infuses that focused attention with a profound sense of joy and vibrant vitality, making the effort feel effortless. And finally, custody provides the grounded embodiment, the concrete, physical manifestation of all these internal shifts in your external world. When these practices are sustained with conscious intent for as few as 30 consecutive days, you will witness a measurable, palpable transformation in both your internal climate and your immediate environment. This measure is not some fleeting, ethereal, mystical experience. It is remarkably tangible and verifiable. You will experience deeper, more restorative sleep, a noticeable reduction in your emotional reactivity to stressors, a more precise and authentic use of your words, a visible, tangible order manifesting in your surroundings, and relationships that genuinely breathe better, characterized by greater ease and authenticity. In the very first week, you might notice your physical body gently lowering its revolutions, moving with a newfound calm, and your mind, once a cacophony of thoughts, becoming noticeably quieter, less frantic. By the second week, you will observe yourself making simpler, more intuitive decisions and establishing clearer, more resilient boundaries, almost effortlessly. The third week often brings forth a delightful surge of useful synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to effortlessly save you time and energy, guiding you with an invisible hand. And by the fourth week, you will profoundly confirm that peace has truly become an ingrained habit, a default state of being, rather than a fleeting, accidental occurrence. Should you, however, falter on any given day, simply resume the practice the very next day without a shred of self-recrimination or drama. For the true miracle, the most profound transformation, lies not in unblemished perfection, but in discreet, unwavering consistency. Inevitably, along this transformative path, certain obstacles will arise, much like shadows on a sunlit trail. You might encounter spiritual laziness, that insidious voice that subtly confuses genuine rest with outright abandonment of your practice. Or perhaps perfectionism will rear its head, demanding that every single action be executed flawlessly, leading to an overwhelming paralysis. And then there's guilt, that cunning saboteur, which can sneakily undermine your nascent joy and sense of accomplishment. In the face of laziness, the key is not to surrender, but to cleverly reduce the goal, making it undeniably achievable without ever letting go of the practice entirely. Even just 3 minutes of focused silence, when you feel you can give no more, holds immeasurably more value than simply giving up altogether. When confronted with perfectionism, gently remind yourself that true excellence blossoms gracefully from kind, consistent repetition, from iterative learning and gentle adjustment, not from the harsh whip of self-punishment or impossible standards. And when guilt attempts to cloud your progress, simply pause and verify the tangible fruit of your efforts. If these practices are demonstrably making you more peaceful, more present, and more genuinely useful in the world, then you can be absolutely certain you are on the right path. This new consciousness, this evolving way of being, does not demand superhuman heroism or extraordinary feats. What it truly demands, with quiet insistence, is sustained honesty with yourself, with your intentions, and with your actions. Anchor your day with unwavering commitment in these 4 powerful currents, and allow yourself the profound satisfaction of verifying, through your own direct experience, that life unfailingly cooperates with you when you consciously and actively choose to cooperate with life itself. This cooperation extends profoundly into our engagement with technology, contact, and the exercise of our free will. Understand that technology is not neutral, rather, it is a potent amplifier of intention. If it is born from a place of fear, it will inevitably accelerate control, fostering systems that restrict and monitor. Conversely, if it springs from an awakened consciousness, it will undoubtedly accelerate cooperation, creating tools that connect and empower. No device, however innocuous it may seem, is truly neutral when it captures your precious attention. What you habitually look at, what you consistently consume, inherently programs you, subtly shaping your perceptions, beliefs, and behaviors. This is precisely why the initial question we must ask ourselves is both deceptively simple and utterly radical. Does this technology, one I'm choosing to use, this device I hold, genuinely contribute to my human dignity and clarity of mind, or does it instead fragment my focus and distract me from what truly matters? If it genuinely increases your dignity and clarity, then by all means, intensify its use, leveraging its power wisely. If, however, it fragments your attention, leaving you scattered and unfocused, then take decisive action, reduce its usage, strategically relocate it to a less intrusive space, or if necessary, eliminate it from your life altogether. A truly mature spirituality does not childishly reject technology out of hand. Instead, it wisely educates technology, consciously shaping its purpose and application so that it consistently serves life rather than becoming a master. Furthermore, the very essence of authentic contact, the kind that truly nourishes the soul, adheres to a non-negotiable principle. It is earned through resonance, not manufactured through anxiety-driven efforts or superficial spectacle. Resonance implies a sustained ethical coherence that stands the test of time, a deep alignment between your inner truth and your outward expression. It means, quite simply, that what you articulate publicly, what you profess to believe, harmoniously matches what you meticulously practice in the quiet sanctity of your private life. It signifies that your word is consistently reliable, a steadfast anchor in a turbulent world, and that your care, your genuine concern, is not merely spoken but demonstrably verifiable through your actions. A truly mature civilization, therefore, makes its intricate systems transparent, allowing for open scrutiny. Its administration is auditable, subject to external review, and its technological uses are, without exception, ethical and aligned with human flourishing. Wherever there exists an interested darkness, a deliberate opacity designed to conceal or manipulate, authentic contact is inevitably interrupted, fractured by suspicion. But where there is responsible clarity, an unwavering commitment to truth and openness, contact naturally approaches, fostering trust and genuine connection. Your preparation, then, is not about creating a dazzling spectacle for others. It is, at its core, profoundly ethical. Before you concern yourself with external signals or outward appearances, take the vital step of ordering your internal signals, the landscape of your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. To achieve this, deliberately create digital silence windows throughout your day, periods where you consciously neither receive nor send digital stimuli, allowing your mind to truly rest and recalibrate. Proactively deactivate those ubiquitous notifications that often act as digital kidnappers, hijacking your attention without genuinely adding value to your life. Strategically decide upon designated screen-free rest times, allowing your nervous system the crucial opportunity to remember and revert to its natural, unhurried rhythm. Truly, healing your information sources, curating what you allow into your mind, is a profound act of caring for your entire energetic field, your very consciousness. Prioritize less quantity and strive, with intention, for more quality. Actively prefer voices, whether in media or conversation, that openly show their methodology, humbly recognize their inherent limits, and courageously correct their errors when new information arises. The truth, in its fragile beauty, breathes far better and flourishes more robustly in contexts that embrace open review and healthy debate, rather than stagnating in environments that defiantly declare themselves infallible, impervious to challenge. Evaluate each technological tool, whether it's an app or a platform, with the same simple yet powerful question, applying it rigorously to concrete, real-life cases. Consider a messaging group. Can it truly function as a supportive circle, fostering community, or does it, more often than not, devolve into a mere space of distracting noise? Does it genuinely bring you closer to serving others, or does it subtly trap you in sterile, unproductive discussions that merely consume your energy? A social network, similarly, holds dual potential. Can it amplify truly good causes, spreading awareness and compassion, or does it primarily amplify anxiety, feeding into comparison and self-doubt? Does it genuinely improve your real-world relationships, deepening authentic connection, or does it insidious substitute for them, offering a curated, shallow facsimile? And an AI system, for all its revolutionary promise, can either help you think with greater clarity and precision, augmenting your cognitive abilities, or it can subtly encourage you to delegate your critical criteria, making you more dependent and less intellectually autonomous. Crucially, the answer to these questions is not universally the same for everyone. That is precisely why the ultimate, overarching measure, the true barometer of any tool's value remains the dignity and clarity it ultimately produces, not just in you, but in all those within your sphere of influence and care. In the profound journey of contact with other intelligences, whether terrestrial or cosmic, discernment stands as the foundational law, an indispensable compass guiding your navigation. There exist exquisitely simple, yet profoundly telling, marks of authenticity that can help you distinguish genuine messages from mere illusion or manipulation. A true, life-affirming message will never contradict the sacred principle of free, while it will certainly never demand blind, unquestioning obedience that strips you of your innate agency. It will not tantalize you with promises of millimeter dates, hyper-specific timelines for grand events designed purely to manipulate your hope, leaving you perpetually waiting and often disappointed. Nor will it ever feed the insidious fantasies of personal superiority, tempting you with notions of being chosen or elite, which ultimately only isolate and inflate the ego. Instead, an authentic message unfailingly amplifies your inner peace and significantly enhances your concrete usefulness in the world. It intrinsically makes you a more compassionate son or daughter, a more supportive neighbor who truly invests in community, and a more collaborative and effective colleague in your professional sphere. Crucially, it leaves ample room for fertile doubt, that inquisitive space where critical thinking flourishes, because truth, in its very essence, does not fear rigorous examination. It invites it. Conversely, if a supposed contact leaves you feeling acutely anxious, inexplicably aggressive, obsessively preoccupied, or debilitatingly dependent, consider this an unequivocal red flag. Halt immediately. Return to the timeless practices of basic human hygiene. Cultivate silence to quiet the inner clamor. Engage in service to reconnect with humanity. Find solace and expression in song, and diligently practice custodia, mindful guardianship of your inner and outer self. From this grounded, centered place, you can then review the situation with renewed clarity and wisdom. Technological ethics, in this evolving landscape, rigorously demands transparency regarding data, unequivocally clear consent for its use, and a meticulous traceability of underlying interests. This isn't just about checkboxes, it's about building genuine trust. When you communicate online or through any digital medium, make it visibly clear what constitutes your personal opinion, what is supported by verifiable evidence, and what stems from direct, lived experience. Each carries a different weight and purpose, and their distinction is vital for informed reception. If you find yourself recommending a product, service, or idea, articulate precisely why you recommend it and for whom it is genuinely beneficial. Who stands to gain, and what is your motivation? And if you happen to monetize your content or services, declare with absolute candor how that monetization occurs. This level of transparency is far from mere formalism or bureaucratic compliance. It is the very bedrock upon which trust is meticulously built. And trust, let us be clear, is the singular, most stable foundation for any bridge we endeavor to construct, whether connecting human hearts across a room or facilitating communication between distant interstellar civilizations. The unfolding future urgently calls for the intelligent design of platforms that genuinely facilitate real cooperation among individuals and communities, moving beyond mere social connection to tangible collaboration. It envisions time banks that profoundly value care work, acknowledging its immeasurable societal worth, and open-source tools specifically engineered to coordinate aid and assistance with unparalleled efficiency. We need robust traceability systems for donations, ensuring every act of generosity reaches its intended recipient without question, alongside simple, accessible formats for community deliberation that empower every voice. In this future, technology will cease its relentless competition to merely hoard our attention, a zero-sum game that often leaves us fragmented and distracted. Instead, it will pivot to compete fiercely in generating measurable good, demonstrating tangible positive impact in the world. Imagine using technology not as a distraction, but as a sophisticated mirror of your own consciousness, reflecting back opportunities for growth and responsibility. Ask it profound questions that compel you to become more responsible, more present. What's small, yet impactful? Think, can I simplify today to create more space and clarity? What crucial promise must I fulfill, honoring my word and commitments? What difficult, yet necessary, conversation do I need to have to foster understanding or resolve conflict? What service can I offer to my community or loved ones that I am postponing out of fear or inertia? Stop perpetually seeking facile confirmations that merely anesthetize you to discomfort or truth, and instead, begin relentlessly seeking those challenging questions that truly mature and expand your consciousness. In this profound shift, even the most sophisticated technological tools will transcend their role as mere ends in themselves and transform into exquisite instruments specifically designed to organize love, connection, and progress. Indeed, the grand galactic opening, the very expansion of our cosmic awareness, grows precisely at the pace of your everyday, often mundane, responsibility. Authentic contact, whether with inner wisdom or outer intelligences, is not won through anxious fervor or desperate striving, but rather through a deep, consistent coherence that naturally inspires trust in all who encounter it. Whoever meticulously cares for their word and their actions, ensuring alignment between the two, whoever consciously turns their home into a safe, nurturing sanctuary for all who enter, whoever treats the earth not as a resource to be exploited, but as a sacred temple deserving of reverence, and whoever approaches every person as an unfolding mystery, deserving of profound respect. Such individuals are actively tuning into a frequency that inherently invites deep, authentic collaboration. The truest sign that you're ready for these expansive possibilities is not measured by the number of extraordinary, mind-bending stories you can recount, but by the tangible peace and harmony you are able to establish around you, permeating your immediate environment. The proof, surprisingly, is humbly practical, more ordered and harmonious homes, cleaner and more ethical economies that prioritize people and planet, clearer and more decisive choices born of integrity, and firmer, more resilient networks of mutual aid and support. Free will, let us reiterate, is an inviolable law. No one, absolutely no one, will fulfill your unique part in this grand tapestry. That is why the profound question always returns to the same unshakable root. What specific, concrete action can I consistently sustain today that genuinely increases dignity for myself and others and fosters greater clarity in my life and surroundings? If the answer to that question leaves you feeling more present, more grounded, and demonstrably more useful, then by all means, pursue that path with unwavering commitment. Conversely, if the answer leaves you feeling inflamed by ego or scattered in distraction, then it is a signal to release it, to let it go. Ethics, often underestimated, opens doors that mere curiosity, however intense, can never hope to unlock. When you choose to live with such deliberate, ethical intention, your very life becomes compelling evidence that technology, far from separating you from the sacred essence of existence, can actually become an incredibly reliable bridge, a potent catalyst to reveal the absolute best within you and within everyone you interact with. This is the essence of personal healing interwoven with practical coherence. Healing, understand this deeply, is not some act of forgetting what has happened, dismissing past wounds or traumas as if they never occurred. Rather, it is the powerful act of remembering who you are in profound relation to what happened to you, and from that centered, empowered place, consciously choosing a new, more constructive response. When you bravely look at your personal story without denying its complexities or painful chapters, yet also without dramatizing its narratives into exaggerated suffering, you reclaim your authentic center, finding a profound sense of inner equilibrium, coherence. That seamless alignment between belief and action begins at the most humble, often overlooked point. You stop betraying yourself in small, seemingly insignificant ways. You simply say what you intend to do, and then, with integrity, you do it. If you make a mistake, as all humans inevitably do, you name it with precision, taking full accountability and diligently repair what is reparable, rectifying what can be corrected. This simple, yet incredibly powerful dynamic builds trust first within yourself, fostering self-worth and inner alignment, and then organically radiates outward to build trust in those around you. Trust, in its purest form, is the fertile ground upon which all true healing blossoms. Healing, by its very nature, must be integral because you, as a being, are integral. Your body, your emotions, your mind, and your spirit form a single, interwoven fabric. If you pull on one thread, you will inevitably feel the subtle, yet pervasive, movement and impact on all the others. Therefore, begin with the body, the most tangible and immediate point of access. Drink enough clean water throughout the day, not just for hydration, but as an intentional act to cleanse your internal system and help vital energy circulate freely once more. Breathe consciously several times each day, making it a deliberate practice to allow the air to exit your lungs a little slower than it entered. This simple yet profound technique subtly signals to your nervous system that you are safe, helping to calm its reactive responses. Walk daily, not just moving through space, but with intentional attention focused on the soles of your feet, imagining with each grounding step that you are consciously releasing ancient, accumulated weight, stress, worries, unneeded burdens back into the earth. Stretch gently upon waking and again before sleeping, not as a chore, but as a kind instruction to your muscles, teaching them to deactivate their ingrained defense mechanisms and release stored tension. Prioritize what gives you clean, sustained energy and rigorously respects the predictable rest schedules that your body can anticipate and rely upon. Your body, a loyal companion, learns best through kind, consistent repetition, not harsh demands. When it is adequately rested and respected, your perception naturally becomes finer, more acute, and your mood becomes demonstrably less reactive to external stimuli. Emotion, for its part, Ask for sacred space and unflinching honesty. Write down what you feel, pour your raw emotions onto paper so that the powerful currents of feeling do not become unchecked accusations hurled at others or yourself. Putting words on paper precisely orders the inner experience without causing harm to anyone. If something truly hurts you, say it simply, directly, and most importantly, with clear, firm boundaries. Learning the art of saying no with respect is a profound act of protection, not just for your own well-being, but surprisingly, for the other party as well. You do not need to justify yourself excessively. A clear, clean no, delivered in a timely manner, gracefully avoids the slow, corrosive buildup of long-standing resentments. Emotion finds its natural regulation when you allow yourself to feel its full spectrum without getting trapped or overwhelmed by it, and when you introduce small, deliberate microactions that return your sense of personal agency. Cry if necessary, allowing for cathartic release. Breathe deeply if you feel yourself overflowing with feeling, anchoring yourself in the present. Walk if you find yourself becoming enclosed or stagnant, using movement to shift your internal state. Converse meaningfully if you feel yourself isolating, reaching out for connection. True emotional maturity does not foolishly attempt to eliminate the inevitable waves of life. Rather, it skillfully teaches you how to surf them with grace and resilience, without losing your fundamental direction or purpose. The mind, meanwhile, desperately needs to cultivate a sharp distinction between rumination and genuine reflection. Rumination is that unhelpful loop, returning again and again to the same thought or problem without ever introducing novelty or seeking a fresh perspective, like a hamster on a wheel. Reflection, conversely, is the deliberate act of observing a thought with mindful curiosity until you truly understand what it is asking of you, allowing you to transform it into a concrete decision or a peaceful silence. To train this crucial difference, intentionally create brief, screen-free windows throughout your day, moments where you disconnect from digital noise. Observe what you are thinking and ask yourself honestly, does this particular thought open up possibilities, expanding my perspective, or does it shrink me, contracting my potential? If it opens, translate that insight into a concrete, actionable step. If it shrinks, gently acknowledge it, let it pass like a cloud, and return your awareness to your breath, your anchor. Promise less and make a sacred commitment to fulfill more. The mind experiences a profound clarity when your word becomes precise, when your intentions align perfectly with your articulation. Finally, the spirit yearns for quietude and intentionality. A few dedicated minutes of daily silence, consciously cultivated, can consolidate peace not as a fleeting accident, but as an abiding climate within your being. In that sacred silence, remember, for what profound reason are you choosing to heal, to integrate, to grow? Remember always that coherence is not synonymous with rigidity. It is, rather, a fluid yet powerful alignment and inner harmony between your deepest values and your outward actions. Honor your spiritual tradition if you are blessed to have one, drawing strength and wisdom from its wellsprings. And if you do not, then honor with equal reverence what is true, what is good, what is beautiful, that you already practice in your daily life, whatever its source. You possess the innate ability to transform any act, no matter how mundane, into a form of prayer, simply by performing it with conscious attention and intention. Imagine washing a dish as if you were gently cleansing away old, stagnant thoughts. Picture making your bed as if you were meticulously organizing and prioritizing the essential elements of your day. Envision lighting a candle as if you were igniting your inner discernment, illuminating the path forward. Spirituality ceases to be an abstract idea, a distant concept, when it is allowed to permeate and elevate the sacredness of your everyday, ordinary existence. Forgiving is not merely denying the existence of boundaries we once held sacred, nor is it about intellectually canceling the vivid, often painful, memories of past transgressions. Rather, it is a profound act of self-liberation, a deliberate choice to disentangle and free your precious energy from the exhausting, often self-destructive, role of a vigilant guardian of resentment. Imagine the sheer mental and emotional burden of constantly tending to a simmering grievance, like an internal fire that consumes resources and casts a long, dark shadow over your inner landscape. When you forgive, you release this heavy responsibility, allowing that vital energy to flow towards growth, creativity, and presence, rather than being perpetually tethered to the past. Sometimes the intricate tapestry of forgiveness can harmoniously coexist with a healthy, even essential, distance. Consider situations where the relationship itself remains toxic or abusive. In such cases, true forgiveness might necessitate physical or emotional separation to safeguard your well-being. It is not an invitation to further harm. On occasion, what is truly needed for healing to commence is objective reparation, tangible actions, or acknowledgments. Perhaps a sincere apology, followed by changed behavior, or even a form of material restitution that rights a wrong. At other times, when external repair is impossible or inappropriate, profound inner understanding and self-compassion can be enough to mend the internal fractures. The truly crucial, pivotal thing, however, is never to contort forgiveness into a convenient excuse, a passive acceptance that allows damaging dynamics to repeat their insidious cycle, perpetuating further pain or injustice. Authentic coherence in life demands both unwavering clarity and diligent care. Where a deep wound has marred the landscape, we must not simply patch it over, but instead meticulously build bridges constructed with explicit conditions and robust safeguards designed to protect everyone involved. This is not about naive trust, but about intelligent, proactive protection. Mature love, you see, does not foolishly romanticize pain, finding some perverse beauty in suffering instead. It thoughtfully, patiently, and resiliently learns from every scar, extracting wisdom and strength from adversity. Consider the profound, often underestimated, power of ordering a physical space. Engaging in this simple ritual weekly serves as a potent form of spiritual medicine. It's a tangible demonstration that the visible realm can powerfully educate and influence the invisible world within us. Think of a meticulously organized drawer, its neat compartments and clear divisions subtly, yet powerfully remind your entire system, your mind, your spirit, your very being that life, even in its most chaotic moments, possesses the potential for order. Similarly, a clear, uncluttered table isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it is an open invitation for the mind to think more expansively, more clearly, less constrained by visual noise. A meticulously settled account, rather than an overdue bill hanging over your head, magically frees up precious mental attention, releasing it from the low-level hum of financial anxiety. When you consciously clean even small, unassuming pockets of chaos, a surprising light often appears, not because it was absent before, but because it no longer collides with the constant, irritating friction of everyday obstacles. The entire internal climate of your being subtly, yet profoundly, shifts when these simple, foundational things consistently work. This manifests in myriad ways. You experience deeper, more restorative rest. Your word becomes reliable, both to yourself and others. Your relationships naturally begin to order themselves, finding a harmonious equilibrium, and perhaps most tellingly, that nagging anxiety finally relinquishes its stranglehold on your decisions, no longer dictating your every move. These are not grand, abstract pronouncements, but rather the sober, undeniable proofs that true healing is actively underway. Of course, the journey is rarely linear. There will inevitably be relapses. One day, you might find yourself falling back into the old pattern of overworking, pushing past your limits until exhaustion sets in. Another day, an unexpected trigger might cause you to respond harshly, a sharp word escaping before you can catch it. And yes, there will be moments when you distract yourself again, losing focus on your intentional path. The critical insight here is this: do not allow a momentary stumble to define your entire identity, to brand you as a failure. Instead, humbly recognize it for what it is: a human lapse. Repair what you can, perhaps offering an apology or simply recommitting to your intentions, and then, with unwavering resolve, resume your practice the very next day. In truth, the agility and speed with which you are able to return to your center, to your chosen path, is a far more accurate and hopeful indicator of progress than the naive, unattainable absence of failures. Should you ever feel lost, adrift in the complexity of life, the most effective compass is always a return to the basics. Take a conscious sip of water, feeling its life-giving coolness. Focus on your breath, allowing its rhythmic in and out to anchor you to the present moment. Embark on a short, intentional walk, feeling the ground beneath your feet. Allow yourself the vulnerability of a paragraph written with raw honesty, or engage in an honest, open conversation with a trusted soul. Perhaps, most powerfully, set a clear boundary, communicated with unwavering respect, asserting your needs without apology. Each deliberate return to these fundamental practices strengthens your core, like building muscle memory. Slowly, organically, coherence becomes an ingrained habit, a steadfast anchor that sustains you through the inevitable ebb and flow of emotions, when feelings rise like a tide or recede like a distant wave. Ultimately, healing is not a destination, but a transformative process, a profound journey of learning to care for yourself with such deep intentionality that your very presence, your essence, becomes a genuine, safe harbor for others, all without ever ceasing to be that essential safe space for yourself. Beyond individual journeys, the future beckons with the promise of conscious communities and a thriving care economy. A truly new earth, a world reborn, cannot possibly be sustained by isolated moments of fleeting inspiration or sporadic individual acts of kindness. It demands robust, intentional structures that actively embody care, making it not an exception but a routine, an integral part of daily life. Understand that a conscious community is far from a perfect utopian group. Rather, it is a dynamic, evolving collective that cultivates the profound capacity to repair its inevitable ruptures, to organize itself with unwavering transparency, and, most crucially, to place human dignity squarely at its very center. Such a community intrinsically understands the value of sharing knowledge, not through rigid, hierarchical power structures, but through open, accessible exchange. It commits to producing goods and services with radical transparency and bravely redefines prosperity, measuring it not by mere monetary gain or accumulation, but by the tangible health and well-being of its people and the vibrant vitality of its surrounding environment. This type of community instinctively understands that genuine spirituality is not confined to the hallowed halls of temples or the echoing vastness of auditoriums. Instead, it is vividly verified and truly lived in the bustling energy of kitchens, the focused craftsmanship of workshops, the eager learning of classrooms, the lively interactions of public squares, and the pristine flow of rivers. It is precisely in these everyday spaces, these mundane yet sacred arenas of life, that the true quality of our consciousness is put to the ultimate test. The burgeoning care economy represents nothing less than a fundamental change of gaze, a radical shift in perspective. Abundance in this new paradigm ceases to be a frantic, fear-driven accumulation of possessions and instead blossoms into shared sufficiency, purpose-driven and communal. Wealth itself is redefined. It is no longer solely about stacks of money in a bank. It encompasses the invaluable gift of available time, the bedrock security of reliable relationships, the empowering joy of active skills, the life-sustaining fertility of our soil, the refreshing purity of clean water, and the vibrant tapestry of living culture. In this world, dynamic flow joyfully replaces stagnant hoarding. You receive what you need, use it with wisdom and intention, generously share what you can, and in doing so, actively strengthen the entire network. This dynamic, reciprocal exchange significantly decreases individual anxiety because you inherently understand that your well-being is not solely dependent on your isolated strength. Simultaneously, it imbues you with a profound sense of responsibility, knowing that the greater good circulates and flourishes precisely because of your meaningful contribution. At its heart, care is not charity that, however well-intentioned, often humiliates the recipient by reinforcing power imbalances. Rather, it is pure, dignified reciprocity, a mutual exchange that honors and uplifts everyone involved. To initiate this transformative shift, one must start close, within the immediate sphere of influence. Mapping neighborhood trades, for instance, is a brilliant act of community intelligence. It involves intimately knowing who among you cooks with passion, who expertly repairs a leaky faucet, who offers compassionate companionship, who possesses the gift of teaching, who lovingly cares for others. Armed with this invaluable map of local human capital, the community can then precisely select real, pressing needs and bring forth targeted, precise offers of help. Exchanging work hours through a time bank where 1 hour of service for another translates into 1 hour of service received is a beautifully simple yet profoundly effective way to revalue countless life-sustaining activities that the conventional market often fails to adequately compensate. Moreover, creating a transparent community fund for emergencies, managed with clear rules, auditable administration, and publicly deliberated decisions, builds an unshakable foundation of trust and offers vital stability when unforeseen chance inevitably strikes. actively supporting regenerative initiatives from the ground up literally turns abstract spirituality into living soil. Imagine the vibrant reality of a shared orchard, where every member can partake in a harvest or a native tree nursery, nurturing life back into the local ecosystem. Envision a dedicated monthly riverbank cleaning day, where collective action restores natural beauty, or a localized micro-composting network that turns waste into nutrient-rich earth. These are not merely symbolic gestures, however heartwarming they may be. They are intricate, living systems that actively teach the community invaluable lessons: how to feed itself sustainably, how to sanitize its environment, how to produce with purpose, and crucially, how to persevere through challenges. Transparency, absolute and unwavering, becomes the very cornerstone of such a thriving system. This translates into visible accounts for all to see, decisions arrived at through participatory processes, rotating responsibilities to ingeniously prevent the concentration of power, and simple, accessible protocols for resolving the inevitable conflicts that arise in any human group. The profound wisdom embedded in a culture of minimum agreements allows for genuine collaboration, even perhaps especially among people who hold vastly different worldviews and opinions. Simple yet potent rules guide interaction. We commit to meeting on time. We listen attentively without interruption. We speak our truth without ever resorting to humiliation. We meticulously record all decisions, and we steadfastly fulfill what has been agreed upon. And should circumstances prevent fulfillment, we proactively notify others in advance and respectfully renegotiate. These are not idealistic whims, but sober, practical rules that, when consistently sustained, make possible what once seemed like an unattainable ideal. Innovation, far from being excluded, is thoughtfully integrated with carefully defined criteria. Here, science, art, and spirituality are not disparate fields, but powerful collaborators, working in concert to forge solutions that deeply honor all life. Technology is deployed to coordinate help with seamless transparency. Thoughtful design creates public spaces that instinctively invite coexistence and foster a profound sense of protection. Research is dedicated to improving crop yields, advancing domestic energy efficiency, and enhancing mental health through truly accessible approaches. And art, in all its myriad forms, remains essential, working tirelessly to keep spirits high and cultural identity vibrantly alive. True innovation, in this enlightened context, does not compete for fleeting attention. It competes solely for measurable utility. It strives to improve the quality of real food, drastically reduce waste, strengthen the intricate threads of our social fabric, return precious time to families, and tenderly care for our indispensable ecosystems. A truly conscious community, recognizing the inherent complexities of human interaction, understands unequivocally that conflict is never the end. It is, in fact, an indispensable opportunity